Yeah, I'm gonna play that video. That was me, preparing myself, to go to the hospital. Is yet to come, and I am over 40 weeks, I think 41 weeks. And the last time I visited the hospital, I was told to come down to the hospital for an inducement. So right now I'm prepared. My box are packed already downstairs in the car, and I'm going, you know, alongside with my husband. He's dropping me at the hospital for the inducement. I'm going to tell you the outcome. So the next video I'll be making will be a video of me, going to the hospital, or rather a video of me in the hospital. So I just hope this works the way I expect it to work. Okay, so I was super ready, super ready to show you all um my journey through this process. Yeah, I was super ready. So, and I was also kind of excited. Um yeah, I was also excited to, film these all through so that you guys can see the whole process. But things didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but I still thank God all the same. Okay, hi, beautiful people. It's been a long time. I saw you. It's been a long time. I made a video. It's been like over a month. Yes, it's been over a month. I made a video. The last video I made was, me packing up my hospital bag, and I remember saying in that video that, oh, I was already close to my delivery date. Yeah, I know I didn't mention the actual date. So the actual date for my delivery, that's, calculating through the scan, the series of scan I did, was supposed to be on the 4th of September 2023. Okay, so on that day, I didn't even get any sign of labor. So I hurried to the hospital, okay, as a first time mom, worried and like, oh, no sign of labor, they already told us that, okay, these are the signs of labor, either your water breaking, or, you losing your mucus plug, or you having, series of backache. I was not getting any. The only thing I know that I was already feeling so weak, so tired, my, my stomach was just coming out that last period. That's that last week of my supposed EED date. Okay, so like I said, the series of scan I did, was telling me on the 4th of September. So I hurried to the hospital, as a first time mom, consigned because I didn't get any of all these signs. So and I complained to my doctor, and I told him, okay, this is it. Oh, I'm not getting any sign. And he was like, okay, let him do some calculation. So he did his own calculation, that using my menstrual cycle to calculate, and using my menstrual cycle to calculate. So his own date was on the 8th of September. So he was like, okay, that based on my based on my menstrual calculation, I'm supposed to go into labor on the 8th of September. But if I do not get this sign on the 8th of September, I should come back, 2 weeks ahead. So he was giving me, these two dates. He gave me on the 18th of September, that's calculating 2 weeks ahead using my scan results. And he also calculated using my menstruation results, which was 22nd of September. So he told me I should come on the 18th of September. That's if I don't get any sign of labor. I should come on the 18th, and he's going to give me another appointment for on the 22nd of September. So the whole thing was, we doing like, an inducement. Okay, so I went back home, waiting for that date that he told me. So remember I said I went on the 8th of September hoping I would be induced, because, my family has this history of, not getting signs of labor, and the moment you get to your EED day, they're just gonna, option for inducement. I even explained this to my doctor, but it happened to my mom, it happened to my younger sister. Yeah, my younger sister got married before me. It also happened to my elder sister as well. So I explained to him, okay, why not let's, go ahead with this whole inducement. And he came up with I know he doesn't want to induce me. That if the inducement fails, I'm going to automatically go into the theater for a CS. Hmm. And the moment I heard CS, man, I shook because I don't know. I've been, I don't know. It's not like as if there's anything wrong, with mothers who have delivered through CS. But I don't know. I get this fright whenever I hear CS. Like I get this fear. I feel like, oh, going into the theater, some the surgeon cutting me into piece. I've watched series of video about the CS process, and I get this fright. Don't get me wrong, I have no problem with women delivering through CS. My elder sister had her second children through CS, as she had twins through CS. So I have no issues. I have friends who have done CS. I don't have issues. So this is just me personally with this, fear. So immediately he said that, I was like, no, okay, what should we do? Okay, let me go back home and come back on the 18th of September 2023. So I went back home hoping to come back for my next appointment. So days went by, and I felt so tired, so lazy, my stomach was protruding, you know. So, there was this certain day that was on the 12th of September, yeah. So I don't know, I felt so weak. Continuously going to the toilet to urinate. I felt so weak. My legs were all swollen. Okay, I told my husband, please, let's go to the scan. Let's go for scan. Let's go and see what is happening because I don't understand. I've done series of scans. Yeah, I've even done this one they call perimetry to know, if the baby is breech, where the baby's head is facing. And, the whole scan found me, you know, capable of having a normal vaginal delivery. So I was like, okay, let's go for another, just normal pelvic scan. Let me know what is happening. Let me see how the baby is doing, if the baby is fine, if the baby is in distress. Let me know what is happening because we've already passed, and I couldn't even wait more for that 18th of September. We got to the lab to do the scan, and that was when I got to find out that my baby was already weighing 4.3 kg. I got so frightened. I got so, shocked. I was scared. I was like, what? 4.3 kg? How is this possible? The last time I did, before going for my appointment on the 8th, yeah, that was, I think I did a scan on the 1st of September. That last scan I did, I was told I was weighing 3.5 kg. So how come within that 1st of September to 12th of September, I was now weighing 4.3 kg? I was like, no, 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 this can't be serious. This can't be true. I was already confused, you know, tearing up already. My husband was beside me, trying to calm me down, but I didn't even want to hear anything. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. This place where we did this scan is, they don't know what they're doing. Let's go to another place. I told him instantly, let's go to another place. Okay, we went to another place. The other place said, okay, my baby was weighing 4.2 kg. So it was within that range, 4.3, 4.2. I think I did three scans that particular day. So it was on the third scan that even told me 4.4. I was like, ah, no, no, no. So now, so this is not a joke. The baby is weighing above 4 kg. So I already, it came on me that yes, the baby is a big baby and no other option. Nothing was coming to my head anymore. I called my mom, I called my elder sister. Okay, me and my husband were already confused because he was driving all through round. He was confused, I was confused. Okay, I called my mom, I told my mom, look at what is happening. They told me this baby is weighing 4.4 kg. I don't know what to do. I started tearing up, I started crying seriously. I was confused. And my mom was like, no, my mom is this kind of religious person. Everything about her is, don't worry, I'll call the pastor. We will pray. You will deliver your child. You will do this. I said, I couldn't even, I didn't even want to hear that anymore. I was like, let me call my mother-in-law. Let me know what she too will say. We called my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was like, no, the baby will come out, the time he wants to come out. And I'm like, no, this is not what I want to hear. I don't want to hear any of this. My husband was like, my husband was confused, but he was still very strong. Honestly, if I try to remember what happened on that particular day, I would just start laughing because it's funny now. But at that time, it wasn't funny at all. Okay, so what did we do? Um, okay, my husband started calling series of people to know what can be done. So there was this particular friend that he has who works in a clinic. He called her and he told her, okay, this is the situation on ground. My wife is already, due for delivery. She has passed her EED date, and they're saying the baby is big and there's no other option. What will happen? What can happen? So the woman was like, okay, where did we register? We told her where we registered it. I know I would be advising, mothers to be advising to register into hospital because we don't know what can happen. So um I got confused. So after calling my mom, my husband drove me down to our private hospital. We went there, and immediately we went there, I told the doctor who I saw. Okay, I think I didn't see the doctor. I saw the female doctor. Yeah, and I told her, okay, this is what happened. My baby is weighing 4.43 kg. I showed her the whole scan I did. I did three scans, the 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, thereabout, but above 4 kg. I showed her the whole scan and I told her, okay, this is the scan result. And immediately she saw it, she shouted, wow, this baby is a big baby. We're going to book you tonight for CS, blah, blah, blah. That was when I got mad. I was like, hey, CS. No, I don't want to do CS. I did not plan this. I did not want to do CS. I started tearing up. I started crying. She was like telling me, encouraging me. A CS would not hurt you within 5 minutes. You're out. This, but I did not want to hear this. My husband was there, calming me down to relax. You know what? I just told the woman, doctor, please, can I go and think over this? She was like, okay, you can go and think over about this, but do not let it pass tomorrow. We're going to book you tomorrow for the CS. And I was like, okay, I've had, I'll come tomorrow for you to book me for the CS. I left there. In my mind, I was like, I'm not coming back here anymore. So my husband called his female doctor friend, who now, and okay, he explained to her and told her, okay, this is what my wife is facing. Her baby is very big, and he doesn't even know what to do. He doesn't even trust the hospital he registered his wife in anymore. He doesn't trust them to even handle the CS. He explained his fears, that what can she advise him to do, and she now told him, okay, that he should go to specialist hospital. There's a hospital that focus, mainly on mother and children. She gave him the address of the hospital, and that he should go there and see a specialist, that they will tell us what to do, because she isn't in the that she's not in Lagos. So he called her on phone and she just told him, she gave him an address. So we drove down there immediately because my mind was completely off the initial hospital I registered for antenatal. I didn't want to do it. I just felt I'm not going to be safe in that hospital. I don't know why, but my spirit wasn't sure of the hospital anymore. My husband's spirit wasn't sure of the hospital anymore. So we hurried down to this hospital we were referred to. So we went there immediately because of the referral we had. It was so easy for us. The surgeon made it so easy. We went there, we explained to him, my husband explained to him, told him the tight corner he was in. My husband was all sweaty, almost even tearing up like me, because I was like a small mad woman that day. You don't even want to even see a video, because the way I pictured my whole delivery thing, I pictured, oh, I'm gonna make a video all through, from me leaving my house, carrying my bag inside the the room, making video of picturing every moment. That was just my initial plan, but it didn't turn out to be like that. So the moment we went to this hospital we were referred to, we saw the doctor. The surgeon, man, the surgeon was, he's a lifesaver. Immediately, my husband spoke to him, told him, showed him the series of scan results I have done. Told him that if there's any way he could, assist us, he doesn't mind. And God being so merciful, this surgeon was just a God sent, and immediately he took my blood. He told my husband to run the series of tests, and all that, and he told him that they're gonna book me for for an immediate CS that night, that very evening. This is a hospital that I was not registered in. This is a hospital that we just got there for the first time, but because we were referred and God being so merciful, things was done, so swift, so fast. He took my blood, gave my husband to run the test, and told him to come back. By this time it was already, I think it was already 9 p.m. in the night. Imagine 9 p.m. Most of this lab in Lagos would have been closed. So he told my husband to hurry there. He's going to call the people at the lab to be there to wait for him. He made everything so easy. My husband hurried to this lab to get this test all done. So while me I was waiting, they were preparing me for the emergency CS. Yeah, it was an emergency CS, unbooked CS. So they were preparing me while my husband was coming. Okay, I was there. The other nurses were cheering me up because I was crying. I was telling them I'm scared, that I'm not done, that I did not imagine me doing CS, because I've always imagined people who do CS go through pain, and most of them even die. I was just imagining some crazy things. If I was there telling myself I'm not going to do this CS and I'm going to deliver like that, you never can tell what is going to happen. But the two doctors I met already told me that CS is the only option, and they even told me that is the only way. If I try to say I want to push my baby out, is either I get okay, what do they even call it, a third degree tear that's from my vagina down to my anus, and I wouldn't even want to go through that. I might not even survive it. I might need a lot of blood, things like that. So hearing things like this, I just told myself, you just have to do it. I was in the doctor's office. They were preparing me for the CS. People and the nurses there were cheering me up. They even told me about two people had already gone in for their own, and the same surgeon did it that same night. He had already done it, and instantly within 12 minutes, the first person was out. Another 12 minutes, the second person was out. That was when I was now, summoning that courage. Okay, yes, I have to do this. I stopped crying. I started being strong. Okay, my husband took quite a long time to calm down to me because he was getting all my stuff, to the hospital. My bag was already in the car, but I had my charger wasn't with me. My phone was already off. I know my mom would have called me, but my phone was off. I had no option to call anybody, but thank God my phone was off, because if people were calling me here and there, I might not even have that mind that I had after the nurses spoke to me. My husband didn't even tell my mom, because my mom is the kind of person that gets too, you know, get too worried and all that. So we didn't want to bug her with all that. But he told my elder sister's husband, they were all aware about it, and everybody was putting me in prayers. That's the people he told. So my husband came, met me where I was already prepared. They were preparing me to the theater, and he came with the whole thing. They asked him to come, and that was how they took me to the theater. I'm going to post a video of me dressed, ready to enter the theater. So that was it. I went into the theater. The doctor there, okay, there were two surgeons inside, and another nurse, I think a matron. So she told me, okay, before I entered the theater, she already put me through what is going to happen. So she told me, okay, what's your name? I told her my name. She said, okay, Chizoba, when you enter inside this theater, we're gonna inject you. and that injection is gonna make you not to feel any pain when the surgeon is performing his surgery. So that is the only pain you would feel, and all that. That I'm gonna be awake through all the process, but I won't feel any pain. I said okay. My heart was beating at that time, but I told myself I have to do this to save myself and to save my child. So she asked me questions like, do I drink? Do I smoke? I said, no, I don't do all that. Okay, so they drove me in. They drove me in the theater, and like she said, she gave me the injection in my back. And the moment she gave me the injection, I lay down flat. I couldn't feel my legs anymore, and that was where the process started. I could see, I know I you know I could see what I could see. Okay, I didn't see down here what was happening, but I was conscious. I knew that okay, something was you know cutting off on my body, but I was not feeling any pain at all. So this process went on less than 5 minutes. Okay, let me not exaggerate. Let's say 5 minutes. I heard the cry of my baby. The other doctor, the other matron, they brought my baby to me and like, oh, this is your baby. I smiled. I was like, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. Okay, and then they took my baby to clean my baby off, and there the surgeon was sewing me. I was not feeling any pain. I think the sewing was what even took time. The sewing took about, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes, and before you know it, I was done. They said they are done. They stitched me. They took me to the recovery room, and that was it. Throughout that day, I could not feel this leg from here down below. I could not feel it. But the recovery process of a cesarean section, I think, is hard compared to the normal delivery. So I have not gone through the natural delivery, but with what my sisters have told me and what I read online, I know the natural one. I think the natural one, you just feel the pain, but once the baby is out, you're good to go. But this one, after the baby is out, once you start feeling your leg, you start feeling the whole pains. Okay, so this is me 2 weeks after the birth of my child. My child was born on the 12th of September 2023. Was so big. He's still too big. 2 weeks looking like he is already 2 months. I'll attach a picture of him so that you can see what I'm talking about. 2 weeks looking like a 2 month old baby. He eats a lot, honestly, he eats a lot. When he came out, he was already looking like a 1 month old baby. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little story of mine. I know the story is kind of long. I don't really know how I'm gonna cut it short. Kindly subscribe on my YouTube channel so that I can continue posting more video for you. It costs no money to subscribe. Just click on that subscribe bell, and that is just a way of you encouraging me to post more video. Thank you.